maybe if Klopp stayed one more year, what can do one person to somebody? There was everyday punches on him. Disgusting. How can you say he's selfish? Only a fool would say we don't need him anymore. I spoke many times too with Mo, and we all can agree it was not his season. Not the season what he wanted, what he expected, what he was used to play. Everyone expects from Mo 30 goals at least per season, but that was not this year like how he should be. And, in one moment Mo decided to say, thank you guys. And it was a pleasure to play, but it was not how he wanted to go away like this. He never expected that he will finish like this. And he knows that, I know that, everyone knows this. But like I told you already before, football is unpredictable. Maybe if Klopp stayed one more year, 2 years more, maybe he will go in a much better way. But, it happened like this. I don't believe it's the management. I believe it's only one person, and I believe it's only the coach. He didn't have a good relationship. Let's say it like simple as it is. With Klopp, he had a really beautiful relationship. Not always perfect, and they know each other really well. Let's say it also like this, and they trusted each other, sometimes with strong opinions, but at the end, they loved each other. And Mo gave everything on the pitch for Klopp, and Klopp gave him the trust. And here everything was opposite. And it's simple as it is, and everyone knows that, because when you look all the 9 seasons before that, he did really well. And then the last season, now people will say, yeah, but he did also well under the first year when he came, Slot. But I don't believe it was like this, because I believe he just got the team how he came, how the team came already. So it's a like I said, it's a sad thing in my opinion that Mo is living in this such a way. I never expected it, especially he had one more year, and as you see, what can do one person to somebody. When the best performing striker or winger doesn't perform how he should perform, then of course some questions should be asked. Why? And not only Mo at the end. That was one of the biggest problems. When the team didn't perform well, the focus was always on Mo. And also I know this is the part also where Mo was hurting. There's also other players who perform. There's not only one player who performs. Let's say it like this. And he expected more. Of course, first of all, he expected more from himself. But even if you don't perform well, somebody should back you and to have your support. Like I said, when Mo sometimes didn't perform well, Klopp knew what he needs to do with Mo. How to protect him. How to keep this guy. Even if he doesn't perform, he needs to keep him for the next game. But like Mo said, they throw him under the bus. It was like this. It was only Mo at the end. And the biggest attention was on Mo. Is it that Mo created this? No. But was Mo on top of the list of the most paid salaries? Yes. But it's not his fault. So, but there is another players who you should also take responsibility and say, yeah, it's my fault. But some players never came out. And especially also, like I said, it was a wrong management but from the inside they did it not good. You know what I mean? They did it not good. Even if you have some issues, you need to talk inside of the dressing room. And like I said, Mo never felt this support. He always was the first guy on the front page. Yeah, it's Mo Salah, and I feel and I was also surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, that's a deeper issue. I don't want to go so like that, but let's say it like this. Let's say it like this. Not tough, disgusting. In my opinion, disgusting, Why they didn't talk about him the last 8-9 years like that? Tell me. Because he was performing well. Okay, one season, and then again it was him. there's many other issues. First of all, at the end, there were some legends who know Mo Salah, and there's some people who don't know him. And some people who know him personally, they really talk about nice to him, even if he has a bad season. I mean, to throw some really big punches on him. But some, like I always said, some pundits are doing that just to take attention, maybe because they didn't succeed in other areas in their life. So now they need to perform, well. And I always said I will always be honest to Mo, even if he didn't perform well. I always told him, and we talked many times. About every game, I told him, Mo, sometimes you have too many things in your head, and you are not performing well, my friend. Yes, I know, because this, and I know this. But I said to him, okay, clear it. But for him, it's difficult because there was everyday punches on him, which is not normal. That's why I said always, sometimes, who is the captain of the ship, he needs to take also the responsibility. But like I said, sometimes people just pushed more in front of on the page, and then of course, and then the easiest part is, like I said, especially Karagar, talking whatever he wants to talk. I mean, he's I always said he should have told them this into his face. Say all these things to Mo in the face. He will never say that, because I know he will never say that, because he never said it to me. He also talked about me, but he never said to me this anyway. But he's not like that, he just performs on TV, and he's paid by that. That's why he needs to perform like that. But whatever, like I said, for me it only hurts because I know deeply who is Mo, because he's a good guy inside, deep, with a good heart. I mean, I don't understand, honestly. Like, he deserves much better. Come on. Let's say it simply as it is. There was no relationship.
What is the reason?
I don't know what's the reason. Is it the ego? Maybe it's the ego problem. I don't know. Maybe Mo was too big for him. I don't know. But Mo was never too big. I know Mo since the day one. Mo was always the same guy. I don't know why. He didn't explain me, but he told me it's not. He never. There was only few words spoken out, and which if you want to perform, and every day if you work with your teammates, especially with your coach, you need to speak. You need to have informations. You need to know what's going on. You need to have exchanges. At the end, exchanges not on a football way. You need to have exchanges in a human way. How are you? What's happening? Are your family okay? Where is the deep issue? That's why Klopp was Klopp, and that's why he had so much success. That's why he brought players who was basically dead like with a self-confidence way. He brought them back to life, and he made from normal players, he made superstars. That's the point of to be a amazing coach. Today everyone can be a coach, make tactic, blah blah blah, but it's about the relationships. It's about something deeper, some deeper layers to find out, because everyone is different. You have 25 different characters. %, he will stay. Trust me, he would stay 100%. I know that. Only a fool would say we don't need him anymore. Only a fool would say that. You know what I mean? I mean, to say you don't need Mo Salah in Liverpool when he still can perform another 2-3 years on a top level, then we have a issue of understanding football. No.
No, it's not possible.
Now anymore finish. No. Mo has also a big character. I mean, I don't know. If they didn't announce all of that, all of the departure, thank you and goodbye, saying goodbye, yes, then it's maybe impossible. Yeah, but now it's difficult. That was not the Liverpool which I know, the high attacking press, front-footed football. That was not that. With all the respect, and Why was the reasons? I don't know, and that's why they performed not how Liverpool should perform. I don't know. That's a different part of football because I was not with that. This analyze. I don't know what's going on in the trainings, but just like I told you, I knew what was some individual relationship, and that's all I know. But the football wise, yeah, like a supporter, like you said, I am a supporter, but they didn't look well. Everyone says that, and we can all agree. All over the place, they conceded the most goals defensively ever. It's really surprising, but why? I don't know. That's a topic for the coach. I will tell you one thing. Mo has big balls. Mo, when wants to say something, he says it. He's not a guy who will go to be a kind, and he cares. First of all, he cares for himself, and then because he cares for himself, because he wants that the team also cares, like, for the team, because he's without the team nothing. So that's why he's pushing his team, and that's why he's saying that. You think in his interest is not good that his team is. He wants that his team is performing well, so he can perform well. So it's better that somebody comes out and says the things how it should be said, and not that how some pundits, they want always the perfect football player who will say, blah blah blah, always like a repeat, like a jukebox repetition. No, be a man, come out and say the things. And when it's like, wow, big story, Mo Salah, yeah, we have an issue. Let's solve the issue. I mean, I always prefer this kind of player who is like a real man to say the things, but it's all about the perception. This guy thinks he's selfish. I believe Mo is caring about the team. He cares about the team, that the team didn't perform how he should perform the last 8-9 seasons. And with all the respect, I believe Mo is right. When you look at the stats, you're so far away from the real stats. Honestly, I didn't even ask him. I didn't want to. I'm not a guy, who will ask him so many personal questions. And I always told him, you need to feel confident to speak about me. If there is an issue, speak to me. And sometimes I call him, he sometimes call me, and then we start to talk. But at the moment he has, I believe, of course, maybe there's some talks with other clubs, but I believe I would know when the time is coming. So I believe it's not still. What is Mo? 33, no? He's getting old.
Yes.
Oh, I will call him. I will call him. Listen, how I know Mo personally, Mo is a professional of the top professionals. So this guy will continue like till 37, 38, like Messi, Ronaldo, take care of his body every day. It's all about up to him what he wants. Does he want to still perform in the Champions League? Does he want to show still that he is worth it? He can do it, always. I believe a lot of clubs, serious club, wants him. And but at the end, it's his decision. Or he will go to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I wish him the best luck. And whatever he chooses, it's in God's hands. But that's part of football, there is impossible to go forever like this. It came sooner than expected, unfortunately, with 1 year left on the contract. But it tells you a lot about Mo also. When people say he's selfish, he's not selfish. He could have sit there and take another one more year, the money, whatever, because it was on the biggest salary and he could have enjoyed the life and whatever. No, he broke the contract on his terms and he's losing the money at the end. It tells you about Mo a lot. There is not too many players who will do that, just to let you know. He broke on his terms. So he took something out of his pocket. Let's be honest at the end. That's the truth. There is some players who will stay there just to sit there for one more year. Okay, I don't play, but I will take my biggest salary of the Premier League. But no, Mo said, I care because I'm not performing well. And I don't see the future in this club, maybe with this coach and this new philosophy. Okay, it's time to go. How can you say he's selfish? How can you say that? I said it perfectly well. How can you say that? This guy is doing something different. I mean, and then somebody say he's selfish. Come on, man. Football is cruel. Emotions are only on the pitch. Outside football, it's business. They don't care, unfortunately. Definitely, we can say whatever we want. Of course, it's a massive tragedy, especially for the players who live day by day with another player. And this accident happened. I mean, you really need time to recover. Somebody needs weeks, somebody needs months, somebody never. But that was not only the reason. You know what I mean? That was one of the reasons, but then there is more layers about that. But like I said, like I told you, I know only the personal one, and the other one, I don't know what's happening. And yeah. And also, it was nice to see that he had also some support from other teammates. Some not, some yes. But that's, everyone can see that who was there and who was not. Listen, honestly, I'm not even taking serious Kaراغر, with all the respect. I'm not taking this guy serious, I mean, I don't understand what he's talking about. Look the stats at the end. First of all, look the stats. Even if you don't like him like a person, you don't like him like a player, man, look the stats. There was not one player like this in a row. The consistency of football on the highest level. The level before 50 years ago, it's a total different level to today. I mean, let's not forget about that also. For Liverpool, it's important that they changed the coach. They should have done it before. Maybe they was waiting for something to see do they will finish in the Champions League or not. But in my opinion, they should have done it before. But it's okay. At the end, it's important that the club is in the Champions League. I don't know, February, somewhere like that, some February, March, when you saw everything, how it was going on. But okay, that was their decision. They may have some other plans. But like I said, at the end, it's important that Liverpool is in the Champions League. They're in the group, and the change, I don't know. I wish the coach the best of luck. He had a really good season with Bournemouth, yes, and I believe he's a new style again. Let's say similar to Klopp, but let's see how it goes. Everyone is good, but Liverpool is a big club. Bournemouth and Liverpool, it's not the same way, so the expectations are much higher. But I believe he can do really good things. I really believe, and I feel some positive energy. I don't know. I always say never, but Barcola is not on the same position like Mo. Barcola is on the other side. I don't know about the other guy. I mean, it will be. You really need to start performing immediately well that you can start that they compare you with Salah. I mean, I honestly I don't believe so. I don't see a player today. Yes, I see a player, but maybe you need to pay 200 million. Like Olise from Bayern Munich. I don't know. The Kvaratskhelia maybe. This from PSG. Okay, but these guys are costing 200 million. Do you want to spend 200 million? I don't believe so. They spend a lot of money. So I believe they need to start from day one to find a Mo, you know, who costs 35 million and make him 450. I don't know. I really don't know that. But if you look at on the pitch, you can see it clearly that it was not only Mo.